Hello friends, today we are going to see the practical on dial bore indicator, which is used to measure the bore diameter more accurately and precisely. So first of all, I will explain the different parts. So first of all, we require a dial gauge. Okay. And this dial indicator consists of a cap. This is a dust cap. Third part is the case housing, we can say. Fourth part is the bezel. This is a bezel which is free to rotate over this casing, and you can see over the bezel there is a scale. The least count of this equipment is 1 micron. That is equal to, if I convert it in mm, that is 0.001 mm. After that, I will just place inside this handle. This is the handle of the dial bore indicator. On the handle, it is very clearly mentioned that 18 to 35 mm. It means that you can measure a minimum diameter 18 mm and maximum 35 mm by using this dial bore indicator. Our next part, you can see, this one is called as a measuring head. Okay. And this measuring head is used to measure the bore of any component. For that, we can see here, we can select these are all the anvils. These are okay, and this anvil is also called as an interchangeable anvil, and we are selecting this anvil according to the size of the component. Okay, so suppose I am considering this as a component. With respect to that, I will select the interchangeable anvil, right? And in the anvils you can see 18 mm, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, like that. Anvils are available according to your according to your requirement. Now this anvil, we can insert it. Suppose my component is 20 mm. I select the 20 mm anvil. Okay, so like this we can locate, and here the spanner is also given. You can tight this with the help of spanner. Okay. Now on the next side of this, say the movable anvil. Okay. Along that, this ring, basically this is a contact plate, okay, which come in contact with the component. Now my friend, whenever you are locating the gauge, it is very clear that the dial gauge and the position of this anvil will be on a straight way, so that it can easily read the readings. So let's begin to how to measure now. Suppose I am considering this component. Okay, I know that the size of this component is 20. So according to that, we have already selected the anvils, and which is inserted into this measuring head. Okay. Now I will take a micrometer. Okay, and I will set the micrometer to the 20. So here also I will set it to the 20. Okay, and lock it. The spindle will get locked. Now inside this, first insert and set this dial gauge to the 0. Okay, so you can set this dial gauge to the 0. Now place this measuring head inside the component. Now after that, you can see can you see her? See, and it come to the notice that yes, the pointer is so in this way, see, the maximum it will go to the 30. Okay, now how I am calculating this? As it goes to the positive direction, main scale reading which you are occurring is it is a 20. Okay, vernier scale shows the 30 divisions. So here main scale is 20. Okay, here also always as it goes to the positive, always you have to subtract it, take care of that. As it goes to the positive direction, vernier scale is 30, least count is 0.001, that is 1 micron. So now I want a calculator. So just by calculating it, we'll get the value there. So here I am taking the calci, right? So 20 minus in bracket 30 into 0.001 bracket close. So my final value is 19.97 mm. This is the actual size of the component, right? So student, why I am going for the minus? Take care of that. When the dial gauge moves towards the positive direction, in the bore dial gauge you have to subtract it. Okay, so that is a very important. Even in the, you can take the second reading also in that way, but I will go for the other equipment. Suppose the same component, if I want to measure it by using this is your micrometer. You know that whenever you are using any micrometer, first of all you have to close that jaws. So after closing this jaw, okay, you can just check that whether you can see here your dial indicator shows your micrometer shows the 0 reading, exactly it get match. Okay, now I can use this. One more thing you can observe here, the range of this equipment. The range of this equipment is 5 to 30 mm. Okay, means minimum 5 mm hole we can measure and maximum 30. Okay, now just open is always that if I am rotating in anti-clockwise, the jaws get open, but in an outside micrometer you know that when I rotate in the anti-clockwise, the jaws get closed. So always take care of that. So I'll place inside this setting ring. Suppose this component is setting ring. Now rotate this one, use the ratchet. You can see some sound there. So once you get a sound, you lock this lock nut. Now after that you can see the reading there, 20 here, 20 it just crosses. Okay, and how many divisions it go? 1 and 2, 0, 20. Whatever this is a circular scale reading, I will say, as we are using the micrometer. So circular is, they have shown the 3 division. So main scale is 20 plus circular is 3 into. Now the question, what will be the least count? You can see the least count of this micrometer is 0.01. You can observe here. Okay, so that is a 0.01. So 0.01 mm. So what will be my total reading now? 20 plus 0.0 means 20.03 mm. So when I am measuring with the micrometer, I am getting the reading of 20.03, and when you are measuring it with the dial bore indicators, my answer is 19.97. So I can say that dial bore indicator is more accurate. Okay, as we know that the least count is 0.001. Here the least count is 0.01 mm. Okay, you can see the difference also here. So in this way we can measure. Thank you friends.